AITA for not including my recently divorced ex-wife on a family trip? 10 months ago my wife of 15 years explained to me she had interest in a coworker, so I left it up to her to decide whether to open up our marriage. I figured it was just an exploratory phase. Something she would have a change of heart about. After 5 months of being miserable with her going off with him nearly every weekend, I expressed to her I wanted to look for someone else. She replied that it would only push her to the other man. Nonetheless, I started seeing someone, and after the first day of me seeing someone else, my wife wanted a divorce. We have officially been divorced for a week. We have 3 kids together. We are also living together for the time being while she and her boyfriend are closing on a house together. Recently our family friend's wife contacted me and invited me and the kids to join her family on a trip. I planned on taking my girlfriend along with us. I explained to the family friend that if my family were to go on the trip my kid's mother would not be going. They acknowledged and figured that was going to happen. Realistically, there is no room for 2 extra people. Personally, I have no interest in going on a trip with her and the man she left me for. She said she was hurt that my girlfriend is going in her place and that she was ousted so soon. She suggested that it could just be me, her, and the kids as per usual before our divorce. While our papers were signed a week ago, I am ready to settle into my new normal. AITA for not including her? Edit, my oldest is 14 and has known about basically everything from the beginning. My younger 2 are 9 and 10. Both had suspicion about their mother's relationship with the BF before finding out the gory details. Mine was a tidy secret until that point. Once the younger 2 learned the truth, they made the decision as to when they met my GF. This has been 2 months today. The conflict for me falls to the other family, having been our friends for 14 years. Also the desire for things to remain healthy as possible between my ex and myself for the sake of the kids. My ex hopes to still do things like this together as family, and in the future maybe we can, but right now I don't think I could stomach it. I explained this to my ex and she seems to be heartbroken at the notion. She is crying and I just feel irritated. Kinda makes me feel like an a-hole. This situation is centered around myself and my ex. The kids are actually doing pretty well. Edit 2, I spent 5 months doing everything I could think of to save us. She spent 5 months leaving me at home with the kids. Lie after lie and 0 shits given about my feelings. The exact moment I said F it was when she didn't want me to attend her office Christmas party as I have every year for over a decade. Her reasoning was she didn't want her coworkers to think she was a hooroo. Sounds to me like she was pushing a narrative that I was no longer in the picture. That was the moment I realized where I stood and that being faithful to her was a waste. My girlfriend walked into my life 3 days later. The hypocrisy and insanity that followed were truly unbelievable. After her initial immediate demands for divorce, she decided that we should start working on our marriage. Step 1 was ditch my girlfriend. Mind you, I had known her for a week and had no real ties to her. Nothing to say about how she would end her 5-month relationship with a man she works 40 hours a week with, and that is centric to her friend group. I may or may not be an a-hole for excluding her from this trip, but I'm not asking about the demise of the marriage.